So I'm deciding to do one more video for tonight, and that is, what a game that I'm currently heavily invested in and heavily, love. I've loved it since I played it on the PS2, and judging by the title, you guys probably already know. I need to say, in defense of Tidus, this guy right here, the guy, not the girl, but this is the Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD remaster. So this guy right here, Tidus, some people call him Titus. Anyway, I love Final Fantasy X. I've played the game on the PS2. I've loved it, so I decided to get it for my PS3, and I'm loving the crap out of it. Now, why am I defending Tidus? Tidus has a reputation of being a whiny bitch, pretty much. And honestly, I need to defend him on this because I know because there's been a PS4 re-release for this game, so uh, pretty much it was just put on, just ported over from the PS3 to PS4. Some extra content though. But anyway, uh, Tidus has a reputation of being a whiny bitch. So I need to defend him. I feel compulsed to defend him on this because they say that he never grows as a character, and he's just outright childish. And he's it's sort of built up in the story that he's as a kid he was a crybaby, and it's sort of mentioned that they kind of make fun of him for that in the game. What I need to defend him for is most of those people don't really realize the severity of what Tidus is going through. Tidus, let's start with what we find out from the start of the game. In his home city of Xanarkand. Basically, this entity, or you start off the game and you see them talking about Jecht, Tidus's father, and it's and it's revealed to us pretty much straight from the start that Jecht, Tidus's father, disappeared 10 years ago. So, and he's 17 during this event, meaning he was 7 when he lost his father. And then slightly later on, I'm sort of skipping a bit, slightly later on, you find out that Tidus has a lot of resentment toward his father, to the point of hating his father. Because, and I'm skipping even farther ahead, he reveals that the reason why he hates his father is because he's been always taking the attention of his mother away from him. Pretty much like whenever Jecht was around, his mother did not pretty much hardly acknowledged his existence. So, some daddy issues. And then, uh, still later on in the story, you find out that pretty much Tidus's mother died shortly after Jecht disappeared. So pretty much orphaned at the age of no higher than 8. Because, it was shortly after, so we don't know if you were aged once yet. So I'm just still gonna assume he's 7, but yeah. So pretty much orphaned at the age of 7. That's pretty much like first grade, second grade, somewhere around there. And so that's going to be a bit traumatizing for someone. And then, back to the earlier stages of the game, this entity known as Sin attacks Xanarkand. Pretty much the place he knows, the only thing he has left, and destroys Xanarkand. And then ends up, he's pretty much transported 1,000 years into the future, and find out that his city, the city he used to be in, is now a holy place. It is like a place for a grand for a grand finale of some kind of ritual or like some kind of religion. So let's put this all into account here. Orphaned at the age of 7, and everything he once knew is gone, with the exception of one thing, or two things, or yeah, one and a half sort of, because the one thing that is that Lanty entered Spira and Xanarkand had in common was the sport that they played there, and that sport being blitzball. So if you pretty much had everything taken away from you kind of I'd say his reaction was to being transported 1,000 years in time to the future. I feel like he was justified. In fact, I feel like he had too little of a reaction, because the most he did was kick a wall. That's the most he did towards anything with what happened. So I mean, so I feel like he didn't have enough of a reaction. So, honestly, I don't see what you guys are talking about. And here's the thing, but I dare you guys to put yourself in Tidus's shoes. Like pretty much, you've had your family taken away, and then your home gets taken away. Everything you once knew, gone in the blink of an eye. I'd like to see you handle that better. Because honestly, I probably couldn't handle it that good. Because pretty much if I lose everything I had in a blink of an eye, yeah. So that's pretty much what I had. Why I have to defend him, because people that hate on Tidus, I'm I don't get why people hate on him just because of the fact that, like, I don't know, just not relatable. I guess I don't know. I honestly really like Tidus. Like, he's probably coolest, probably like one of my coolest people ever. One of the coolest people, coolest main stories characters I've ever seen. However, my favorite, I do have to get this out right now. My favorite character in Final Fantasy X is Auron, without a doubt. Trying to decide if I should put a picture of him. Anyway, probably not. You guys can Google him. So, anyway, I really don't feel like Tidus was really a whiny bitch like people say. And I just feel like people just aren't taking into account that, of what happened in the past. Because, if it was the, if it was the, if it was just the orphaning kids, or stumbling over my words. If it was just the being orphaned, I feel like the reaction he did give would be justified. Or if it was just losing the his city, I feel like what he did was justified. But honestly, I don't feel like he gave enough of a reaction. But other than that, the game's fantastic, by the way. If you guys haven't played it, Square Enix, I'm doing free advertisement for you. Get this game. I got this game for $20. It's not that expensive. And the thing is, the PS3 and PS4 bundle, it actually comes with 10-2 on there. So 2 RPGs. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I'm saying for Tidus. Like, again, I always love debate of any sort, but please, as always, if you guys are gonna debate with me, at least put evidence in what you're saying. Because other than that, you just sound like blind hate. Honestly, that's what it is. Because if you don't have any evidence to support what you're saying, it's just blind anything, which is not good. And honestly, if you guys are gonna blindly hate someone or anything, then then honestly, I'm just gonna discard you as a person, and I'm gonna discard your opinion. Because if you don't have, I'm a person who likes uh, reasoning, logic, evidence. Basically, if you have that stuff, it's one of the reasons I don't believe in God because there's no evidence that He exists, and it's just. And honestly, I have the right to believe this stuff. So guys, voice your opinions. Yay, nay. I'm doing alpha omega sin. So yay, nay. I don't know. So anyway, see you guys next time.